Telangana's moment may finally be here if sources are to be believed. Telangana is likely to be cleared as India's 29th state today after the proposal is given a final note by the Congress Working Committee and the constituents of the United Progressive Alliance. Heavy security cover has been arranged for the whole of Andhra to prevent any violence that may emanate from such an announcement later in the day. However, there are some issues facing the formation of a separate state. Water sharing between the states, the dilemma over Hyderabad's fate and decision on two Rayalseema districts annexure to Telangana are key sticking points. There is a view in the government that the creation of a separate Telangana can give rise to Naxalism while creating power crisis in the rest of Andhra. Congress is also likely to make one last assessment of its strategy to deal with the potential threat of losing out to Jagan and TRS in Seemandhra and Telangana regions post the split. Major UPA allies like the NCP, the National Conference and Rashtra Lokdal are all in favor of the creation of a Telangana state. However, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister himself, Kiran Kumar Reddy, has been resisting Telangana along with some of his trusted aides. So, the 29th state of the country is on its anvil now. Telangana, the likely announcement to happen today after a CWC meeting, also a meeting of the UPA constituents. From what we understand at the moment is that most of the UPA constituents are in favor of a separate state of Telangana. Alright, let's now quickly connect with our correspondents who are spread across Andhra Pradesh to get us a perspective into what to expect after the creation of Telangana. Editor South T.S. Sudhir is joining us from Hyderabad, Rayalseema from Hyderabad as well, and Shrisha is joining us from Tirupati. Let me first go across to T.S. Sudhir. Sudhir, the issue about Telangana and its political fallouts, help us understand what it will mean for the Congress.
Well, the Congress for the last many months has been indulging in this exercise to ensure that it does not put any foot wrong. Remember, on December 9, 2009, when the then Home Minister P. Seemandhra made that dramatic announcement close to midnight that the process for the formation of Telangana will start, it kind of ended in a backlash. The very next day, several MLAs from the coastal Andhra and Rayalseema, the other two regions of Andhra Pradesh, resigned en masse, both from the Congress as well as the Telugu Desam, forcing the sector, the Congress party, to actually go back on December 23, just 2 weeks later, and say that no final decision has been taken, and that culminated in the formation of the Sri Krishna committee that took 1 year to study the entire issue. This time, the Congress obviously does not want to make any mistakes, which is why over the past many months, it has been indulging in back-channel talks with many constituents, many leaders of the Seemandhra regions to ensure that they do not actually end up embarrassing the Congress leadership. Today, what we are likely to see is that the Congress Working Committee as well as the UPA Coordination Committee taking a final call on Telangana. But what we understand is that the earlier proposal to form Rayal Telangana, which meant annexing the two districts of Karnool and Anantapur to Telangana, has run into opposition, serious opposition from many allies of the Congress. So that's still a pretty much of a question mark over whether Rayal Telangana will be the preferred choice for the Congress. So the Congress, many sources in the Congress say that that would be actually politically more beneficial to the Congress if they actually go in for Rayal Telangana. But yes, the final call, the final decision is pretty much on the cards later this evening.
The other big question is also about Hyderabad. Rohini, I'd like to get your comments on that. What's the fate of Hyderabad, a joint capital?
Well, can you repeat your question, please?
What is the fate of Hyderabad going to be, Rohini? Will it be a joint capital? What will the status of Hyderabad be?
Well, as of now, we're all waiting for the decision that will also come up, and when it's been announced by the Congress Working Committee. But where I stand here in Osmania University, this has been a hotbed, especially when it comes to Telangana. We have seen how students have protested and sought for Telangana as a state. I am joined with Kushank here, the student union leader. Thank you so much for joining. Well, at this point of time, what we're looking for is the possibility of Rayal Telangana also was being discussed along with the state of Telangana. But in anticipation of the possible decision that they will announce the state of Telangana, there's a lot of things that have been asked for by you. But are you acceptable to Rayal Telangana or not?
No, not exactly. Unfortunately, we are seeing a people's mass movement which has made political, and also in fact there are reasons being spoken by one particular parliamentarian who is just representing only one confined area of Hyderabad. He is also making this issue communal. But whereas Telangana movement is a complete people's mass movement where 4 crore people have been involved, let it be electoral wise or let it be students and people in non-political organizations who have come out to the streets and made this issue more prominent even in the state and also in the national and international issue also. So here bringing Rayal Telangana, which is actually baseless only for concentrating on one particular caste, or let it be vote bank politics, or let it to attack YSRCP's politics, also bringing Rayal Telangana issue, it is not acceptable. Since 1969 till date, we have been doing this agitation for 10 districts and Hyderabad as a
But
capital.
what about Hyderabad as a capital? Are we looking at two capitals or are you looking at one? How are you also possibly looking at putting forth your ideas?
Our demand has been clear that we are fighting for 2 states and 2 capitals. One for the Seemandhra people for their capital, and Hyderabad as a capital. They have been using Hyderabad. Hyderabad has been destructed, demolished, and it has been raped left, right, and center. But anymore for 5 years or 10 years, we are not acceptable. But the conditions will come later. But union territory status, we are not acceptable for that at all. They are giving so many of putting up so many issues into this. But since earlier till now, till date, the agitation has been for a separate Telangana state with 10 districts and Hyderabad as a capital, putting some more complications into it, bringing more complications into it is not acceptable at all.
And the Congress will stand to gain with this?
They are actually trying to gain. The entire concentration is how many seats would they gain, how many they would try to gather from the TRS also, and
All right.
what is their perception on the Andhra region. They have made an issue political, which is not acceptable at all. They should understand that there is anger, agony and anguish from the people of Telangana, and they have to try to settle this issue.
And that's the point. They're angered and they have anguish, and more importantly, at this point of time, they're anticipating that kind of decision that they're expecting with the state of Telangana be announced.
Well, absolutely. Rohini Swami standing at a spot which has been the hotbed of agitation for Telangana. Let me go across to Shrisha Reddy now, joining us from the temple town of Tirupati. Shrisha, what is the security situation like? If you could take us through that. We do understand that extra security has been deployed across Andhra Pradesh today.
Well, that's right, Maha. Security has been beefed up as far as this situation is concerned, because there are a lot of protests that's been, people have chalked out a series of agitations that are going to happen throughout the day. Because remember, whenever this, the meeting that is held in Delhi, last time also we did see a series of protests that took place where people from all walks of life took to the streets to protest against Telangana. So I also have, right now, standing at SV University, where at around 10 o'clock, students and from different organizations, people will be coming here to stage Dharna. And I also have a couple of people with me who will be taking part in that. So what is, at this point in time, what are your demands? As in, do you think Congress is just trying to do this, keeping the 2014 elections in mind?
We are clearly telling that yesterday what the decision Congress has taken is clearly a political motive, and it is going to be we are conducting a big dharna here today from Samaikandra, and we are anti-Telangana. We definitely will achieve our goal, and what the decision, definitely we are condemning it, and we are going to take a big dharna from today onwards.
Right. So from today onwards, they're planning to go on a big dharna, because they, as I clearly pointed out, that they are talking out series of protests that are going to happen throughout the day, because they are disappointed with the way things are working in the headquarters, that they don't want Telangana. That is what they have been trying to stress upon. And of course, the security has been beefed up in this particular corridor, and also in the city and in Andhra Pradesh as well. Back to you.
Well, only certain sticking points remaining. They'll be ironed out today, and a final announcement on Telangana is expected after many decades of agitation. Many thanks T.S. Sudhir, Rohini Swami and Shrisha Reddy for joining us with all those details. Well, let's move on now. The Telangana movement's impending success is now leading to similar demands from other corners of the country as well. Leaders from Gorkhaland region of West Bengal have already declared their intention to intensify their struggle for separate statehood if the government does grant statehood to Telangana. Similar voices are being heard from Vidarbha region of Maharashtra and Western Uttar Pradesh that has been battling for a separate state by the name of Harit Pradesh.
States, I think, lead better governance and more development.
So will you be taking up these issues, especially of Harit Pradesh and Vidarbha tomorrow?
I'll raise all these issues, the smaller states, because don't forget that Congress also in Bundelkhand and in their convention in Kanpur had supported the
Coming out of the
yeah,
of a separate state. They talked about separating, making a Bundelkhand from Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh.
yes.
Now, Gorkhaland is one of the oldest demand of the country. The central government is contemplating on the creation of Telangana, and for that, all the homeworks are through, and now it is just the declaration. We hope that Telangana will be declared in a day or two. But Gorkhaland is being sidelined. So we want that the central government should create Gorkhaland in the best national interest, because Gorkhaland Territorial Administration (GTA), which was formed by a tripartite agreement between the Government of India, Government of West Bengal and Gorkha Janmukti Morcha, has totally failed. And now Gorkhaland is only the option left.
All right. In fact, voices for a separate statehood and district identities are only likely to grow, given that there are at least 16 other regional movements either dormant or active in the country. This is a chart we've made for you to explain the demands in various parts of the country. In Ladakh, in Jammu and Kashmir, there is one such demand. For Maru Pradesh in Rajasthan, in fact, a Harit Pradesh, a Paschim Pradesh in Uttar Pradesh. In fact, Uttar Pradesh has many split identities that want to separate and go their way. Awadh is another one. Purvanchal is another one, which is an amalgamation of districts from Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Bundelkhand, that lies in both UP and in MP, and Mithilanchal in Bihar. So those are the demands that have been on, in fact, even borderland in Assam, that remain and are only going to grow over the next few days when we see a final announcement on Telangana today.